And we are live. I just did a quick take on the uranium market, how it's looking. It's been 3 days since we looked at that, so please have a look. Uh, yeah, it's quite edgy right now. Bulls and bears are fighting. So, but today I'm gonna look at, gold, silver, Bitcoin, all sort of stuff, just to give you a daily, weekly recap on how I see the markets and how they're going. So let's dig right into it. As always, please follow me on YouTube and Twitter. Highly appreciate it. If you like what I do, leave a comment and vice versa. So let's look at the charts, man. Let's look at the charts. I think we will stay on the weekly for the most part, but some of them we will go to the daily just to get some more details. Okay, silver. I love silver, but right now we are in this white down channel here, bull flag, whatever you want to call it. And clearly we are into this long-term 22-ish support zone coming all the way across here. Hopefully we will see some sort of resolve to the upside here when we get closer to the golden channel from below. So anyway here, around to 22 for the next month or so. I think if we can make a move like this, then that would be the go over the summer into autumn or Q3 for silver. Obviously, if this doesn't hold and we break down here, then we have to take a different view. Then this bearish channel will break, and then we will see how it is. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, getting above 26, as you know, is the big level to watch. There's no doubt about it in my view. 26 for silver, and if we get below 22, let's call it 21.78 in that range, very bearish for silver. So we have to wait and see. Between these two here, it's just a battle back and forth. So yeah, gold. I want to show you gold here actually. This right here is the 2011 high right here. As you can see, 1920. Let's zoom in again on the weekly. This one I will remove. So as you can see here, I just want to show you, we have the March 2022 high here, coming down here, breakout, and now retest. So we right now are retesting or testing a very big level, the 1920, 1920 plus the golden channel coming down from here. And we are in let's go to the daily. This blue, there it is. This blue wedge here coming down into that level, as you can see here. We're getting a bounce today. It pulled back a bit here into the close, but anyways, if we can turn up here, just like we just saw on Bitcoin, actually, I'll show you that later on here. If we can break to the upside here, insanely bullish all over. I mean, that's the turning point in my view, and then we will go to all-time highs within 3 months or so. That's my take. Getting below, then we have to look at it there. But right now, very important backtest for gold. Obviously, getting below 1920, just like the 22 on silver, then we have to see where we will go. That will obviously be bearish, no doubt about it. But this right here, as you can see, this level here for gold, you can book it. It's very important. And if we can get to the upside here next week, man, that would be absolutely fantastic. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. Why I say, just like as we did on Bitcoin here. I have a lot of drawings here, but anyways, just a quick note on Bitcoin. You can see we have the fallen wedge here, which at the end created this inverted head and shoulders coming down here. The blue neckline, as you can see here, coming across, you have the pits here, breakout, and then we have a bull flag, similar to gold, actually, down to this major level, the 25,300, and we broke to the upside. This was a very bullish move, and if you go back to gold, quite similar. Actually, we have this major level. It's not an inverted head and shoulders, but still, it's very important that we are now bull flagging or squeezing down to that area. So we want to get back above. Look for that level. What did the Dixie do? The Dixie. Yeah, I mean, it's still in a downtrend. We can have the 200 here As you can see, it's coming down, 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 down. So I think we almost tagged this low here. So I think it could be a good point now to turn over. And obviously getting above, then we are in a more bullish camp actually. So this level here, the 103.4, very important that we don't get above that if you are a gold and silver, especially overall markets anyway, bullish on that. So we want to see a move down here and visit the big one, 108, 100.8, excuse me. That's the big one for me. Oil right now is just trapped in between two levels, in my view. We are trapped in between 67 and 73. 67 and 73 up here, 74, give or take. And we're actually getting a big reversal candlestick today. So, but still we have, this is a hammer, right? All the way down and then up again. So this is a hammer. But we need to take out yesterday's, I think we went down 4%. So we still need to get back above 32.3 before this is a reversal pattern. But this right here is very, it could be very bullish going into next week. That's all. That's how I see it. But overall, we're in a downtrend. Oil has pulled back 50%. I mean, yeah, but let's see. We can't go way lower, of course. But yeah, 50% is a big move for oil. So, okay. Okay. I'm back again. Okay. This is the 10-year, the big benchmark rates, 10-year rates. Okay. Where are we now? For the past, let's call it almost a year. It's not rough, yeah, 9 months, whatever. We have been in this bull flag here. Getting above, obviously, the upper right here. That's very bullish. Well, that's not bullish, but then rates will go way higher. And we haven't seen any big retracement here after we tagged it here all the way down, and then we in a flag, right? So that's the bullish take. We are in a big flag here, and the bears, cannot seem to push it down. But we have also broken this minor golden channel coming up here. As you can see, we are now outside. So it looks more bullish than bearish to me. But if we can start to get below this level here at around 3.7 more or less, then we could see some momentum to the downside. But still just look at it here. Long term, I mean, what a run, right? Into a flag here. Overall bullish, still. So let's see, but we could get a big retest here down at 2.7. This is the big one. This is the 40-year long trend line, as you can see, all the way here. 40 years, all the way down. So a retest of that, again, we had the retest here, but one more wouldn't surprise me at all if we go down here. So platinum is just unloved at the moment, Jesus Christ. But we are coming down to what I think is the big demand zone at around, or the break-even cost for miners, I think at around 900. But I will say this, that the momentum is actually getting a bit tricky here. We have broken these levels. Obviously, we were in this bearish wedge here. There it is, and now we have broken down. So yeah, platinum is just unloved right now. It really is, and we need to see if we somehow can. This is the pole, right, and this is the flag. But anything can happen in between. So we need to break roughly above, let's call it 1100, 1050 maybe, before we can call it bullish. I mean, this weekly candle is just very bad. So yeah, net gas, very quickly. This is the Dutch natural gas ETF. So yeah, what have we done? What have we done? Simply breakout, retest. Now we will see what happens. Now this is the log scale, remember? So it's a big breakout on the log scale. But I wouldn't expect it to just take off. I mean, we have some work to do here in some way, but it's baby steps for nat gas. And here we have the natural gas on the futures in the US. And not as explosive. We have broken this formation here, and I think we will go up here, as mentioned previously on other videos. Oh, excuse me, on other videos to around 3.3. This trend line coming down here. So nat gas having a pushback to the upside. Nickel, long term, as you can see, long golden trend line here, connecting more or less everything in the past 10 years. And currently at support in it at a double bottom. I will say this though, the weekly candle, let's go to the daily candle actually, like this. I have to switch to Heikin-Ashi. There it is, sorry. This is the potential double bottom, the downtrend here, which we need to break. But this daily candle today is very bearish, a lot of momentum to the downside. And we tagged this pivot low here, as you can see, right up, and then we're going maybe down again. So we'll have to wait and see next week if it's a double bottom, a breakout, or it's just a massive dump down here. That would definitely be bad if we take out this. Look at this. If we take out this trend line here to the downside, that would be catastrophic for the nickel market, really, big time. Okay, what do we have here? We have copper. Still all right. Well, decently. If we look at the shorter term here, for the past 3 months or so, we have the pivot low here with the white support resistance line coming across. And right now, what I'm looking at for copper is that we have tested the white line, created the left shoulder, head, and now possible right shoulder. And for the very bullish case, we stop here and go higher. But obviously, a right shoulder can go lower, no doubt about it. But this could be something constructive. But you can also see we have broken this channel here. So it could be something in the making. But I think we have to give it 2 weeks or so before we can see a possible, maybe 3 weeks before we have completed the right shoulder. Gold to silver ratio, nothing much has happened. Actually, this week, a lot of stuff has happened. You can see this here. We went from, let's call it 81 to 85, 86. That's a big move in the gold to silver ratio. You can also, silver has dropped down a lot, right? Also gold. But obviously, silver has outperformed to the downside. It's still my take that this is the high, and we will not get above that. Also, this one will not be taken out, and I really think that we are about to roll over here at some point, because I do think this is the leg number 1, 2, and then 3 big rollover down to 30. First stop will be the 61s. You can see here how it lines up, right? Let me remove that stuff over here. So the 0.618 is this low here, and then if we go to, there it is, the 1.6 is the 2011 low. So it just aligns too perfect for me to not to have this to be correct. But anyways, it has to break down first of the golden trend line here, otherwise it's no bueno. Right here. So yeah, gold to silver ratio. Let's look at uranium against the SPY, the SP500s. Again, go and look at my previous video on uranium. You will see the TA on uranium, on URA, some miners, the spot price, and so on. But here I'll just look at the ratio. Again, we broke this bad boy here, the long-term, longer-ish term trend line here down for a big retest. We actually did it twice, and now we are rolling over to the downside. It's still constructive though. We have the arc, right? So we can still do something, but we need to start to move higher here. Which I'm biased a bit, you know. I love uranium. I hope it will, but hope doesn't do anything. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if this is a retest and resumption down, or if we really can start to pop it here in some period of time. Okay. URA divided by overall commodities. We are in a big, look at the bounce here. I think I charted this one when we were here at some point, but you can see it here. We bounced to the tick more or less on the upper, and now we're going down again. So so what will we get here? I don't know. Can we go all the way down here? Maybe. But on a more bullish note, If you can avoid to getting down to the lower and start to move like this, that's a lot more bearish compared to going all the way down here, because this means that the bulls are more in control and that the bears cannot push it all the way down to the golden. But we have to watch to see how it acts here. Overall, it looks weird, right? I mean, we had a big pop here where the low of the 2020s, and then URA outperformed heavily, and then we're just correcting right now. So hopefully we can take out, these highs here in some future, right, at around 0.09, and then we can continue higher, hopefully. Oh yes, URNM divided by the uranium spot price. Again, we tagged this bad boy right here, almost here, and then here, that now we're rolling over again. And as long as we are, not going all the way down to the lows, obviously, but if you can make a move like this for a move up and then possibly a higher low, and then we'll make the higher high here. So like this, right? That would be very bullish. Right now, it can go either way, because as I just did in my previous video, it can go the bulls and the bears right now in uranium are just fighting each other. We are going into a big squeeze, as you know. We have to wait and see. All right, this is URA divided by the XLE, so the overall energy sector. And this was the big run up. Just look at this massive run up here all the way. Jesus. And then Sprott entered, and then blow off top to the upside. And yeah, and right now we are doing some constructive things. You can see here, golden trend line, boom, rejected into the blue wedge here. So I expect some further outperformance by XLE because we're going down. But hopefully we can make a quick move like this again, just like on the previous charts. That would be absolutely amazing. Or we can go all the way down here, but that would stink, right? Because then we're making a lower low. So we need to keep us in this box here, and then it's actually all right. This is just pure technicals. So yes, silver miners divided by overall silver. One of the most hated sectors right now in the world, maybe I would argue. But I just want to show you that this was the 2016 ratio low, and then we have the COVID, and now we are here. I'm not calling it a bottom, as I just tweeted today, but so at some point the miners get cheap enough. You will not catch the exact bottom, maybe, but from a technical perspective, and you want to invest into a long term, this is not a bad entry. Again, the way I see it, you can also wait for the breakout here to confirm the low. That's probably the best way to do it, because you don't want to catch a falling knife. Right now we are at 0.14, and if we get to like 1.14, if you get to like 1.3 to 23-ish, that would confirm the break of this blue bad boy here, and in my book, confirm the lows for silver miners. I can't imagine so, but I think this could be it. But again, we have to wait and see. We need to break. Until then, bearish. But it is a falling wedge, right, into a big support. What more do you need? Anyways, that's my take. Have an awesome weekend. I will not make any more videos until Monday, Tuesday next week. So yeah, that's what I had for today. Cheers.